Hello Vivekanand. Welcome to the next session of School from Home. I am your English teacher Gaganpreet and I hope that you are all fine and fit. So students, today we are going to begin with the new chapter of literature. That is chapter number 4, the Malgudi Cricket Club. So first of all, I'd like to ask you a question. How many of you like playing? How many of you enjoy some or the other sports? I hope most of us, we all like to play something. Some like cricket, some students like chess, the other like swimming, and there are a lot more sports. And sometimes we even think of creating our own team. We plan that we'll create our cricket team, or we plan with our group of friends that we'll play as a group. So this story is about a group of such boys. Okay. So students, before starting with this chapter, what is Malgudi? Malgudi is a small town that existed during the British India time. And this story is about a group of boys, school boys, who lived there and who planned to create their own cricket club. Okay? First of all, let's introduce ourselves to the main characters of the chapter. Here we have three main characters, Swaminathan, Rajam and Mani. The three boys, they studied together and they're very good friends. Initially, in the beginning of the chapter, we'll be talking about Swaminathan, who is called as Swami, and Rajam. And as the chapter progresses, Mani will enter in the story. Okay? So the story begins as when Swaminathan exists from his school. Initially, he was a student of Albert Mission School. But now, as he was very stubborn, his behavior was constantly changing. So his father took him to a boarding school and admitted him there. So he had to exit from Albert Mission School. Initially, he was not happy. He was uncertain that whether he would like the new school or not. But when he went to the new school, different students gathered towards him. Okay, all his new classmates, they clustered around him. Clustered means to gather around him, to see him, to talk to him. But till now, Swami had not decided or he had not become a part of any group of friends. Okay, that he would call his chums. Chums means friend. So, although people were coming to him to talk, but still that group of friends with which you have a bond, that was not created. Okay. He believed that the Albert Mission set was intact. Albert Mission set means the group of friends that he had at Albert Mission, it was still intact and those were his close friends. They were close to him till now. So he could not become part of some new group. Okay. Now, the two friends, Rajam and Mani, he were the two friends that were still connected with Swaminathan. Mani saw him every day, but since few days, Rajam had not spoken to him. Rajam was not in a good mood with him. He didn't want to talk to him. He was angry. Now one afternoon, Swaminathan was sitting in a dark corner of the house and he was trying to make camera with card box and spectacle lens. He was trying to create something innovative. And while he was fixing the lens in the hole, he was about to lose his temper because he was not able to do the things the way he wanted. At that time, he heard someone calling him and the voice was familiar. Familiar matlab jani pehchani. That he had heard before also. So when he turned and ran to the door, he saw Rajam over there. Rajam was a very close friend of Swami and when he saw him, he was very happy. So he asked, why didn't you tell me you were coming? Okay. And Rajam, he saw that thing in Swami's hand which he was creating and asked, what is this thing in your hand? So Swami said, "Oh, nothing," and gave the box to him. And Rajam started inspecting that. He started gazing at it, staring at it through that hole. Okay. Now, Rajam was ready to forgive Swaminathan for his mistake. Okay. And he didn't want to fight with him. He was okay if he had to go to boarding school. And because they were old friends, so they tried to regain that friendship. So Rajam now asked Swaminathan that what would you say to a cricket team? So he asked Swami's view about a cricket team, and Swami said that he didn't think he could play and he even didn't know how to play. So Rajam motivated him and said that everybody thinks the same initially, and he told that he even himself didn't know how to play, though he collected the pictures and scores. And that was a bit pleasing to hear. Now he gave an example of Hobbs. Hobbs was a renowned English cricketer, okay? And he told that he too was shy and skeptical, means doubtful, before he took the bat and swung it. So he said that even such a great cricket player was initially scared. But see how well he did. So now he started motivating Swami that we can challenge a lot of teams. Even our School 11. School 11 was a famous cricket team. It was a group of boys, and everyone thought that they were unbeatable. So he said that we'll beat them also. Okay, so now they started thinking what will they call that team? So Rajam said, "Don't you know? It is MCC. MCC stands for Melbourne Cricket Club." So Rajam was thinking something similar to that. But Swami pointed out that MCC is the Hobbs team. Hobbs was that English player, if you remember. So if we take the name of a renowned team, they might drag us to court. So we cannot take that. So Rajam said that who said that? We'll not get into trouble. We'll declare in the front of judge that MCC stands for Malgudi Cricket Club and not Melbourne Cricket Club. So the problem would be solved. But Swaminathan was still disappointed. So he thought that MCC was not a better option. We should try some other name. And Rajam asked him only for the suggestion. And he thought that Friends 11 was a good idea. Or Jumping Stars or something like that. So he said it would not look glorious. Here Rajam said that it would not look glorious if it says, some newspaper report says, Jumping Stars soundly thrashed by boarding high school 11. So what think is that Jumping Stars, it looks a little childish. So when a newspaper headline or something like that comes, it was not going to look really nice. So they thought of thinking something else. And they pulled out a piece of paper and pencil and they started thinking of different names in their head and thought of making a list from which they would then finalize the name. Okay. So students, that's all for today's part. We'll continue with the chapter in the next video. Thank you, students.